Welcome to Taz Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is September the 11th, 2024. You can see on my face, well, technically it looks green. It doesn't look like yellow, but we're talking about NXT because a lot of things happen here. We found out why the Rascals was not in the tag team title match because of Wesley. Wesley, during the whole show, Wesley came out and took the headset of Big Joseph, and he says, we all know why Trey Miguel couldn't wrestle tonight, and that's because of Wesley. And he says he wants to end this between him and Zachary Wentz only. And he wants to do it on the launch of the CW network in a street fight. And we found out who Mr. Tony D'Angelo paid off to try to stop Oba Femi. We got a whole bunch of things. We got some TNA guys showing up. It's pretty awesome. We got championships. We got Jordynne Grace defending her title against an NXT star. I know we've seen that before on TNA, but this is on the WWE NXT grounds now, not TNA grounds. She didn't have the home turf, whatever that's called. But a lot of things happening, and ladies and gentlemen, a lot of things is happening for the CW launch, and there's a lot of things happening for next week. We got Lexis King. We'll be facing, no, I don't think that's a match. Ora Mensa attacked Lexis King while he was doing the barber shop, when he's in the barber shop, for his stupid little beard. We got Adonis versus Eddie Thorpe. I don't remember. Rosemary and Laura Valkyria. Not Rosemary, Laura Valkyria and Tatum Paxley versus Wendy Cho and Miss Rosemary next week. And it looks like we're not done with the NXT's crossover with TNA because Zachary Wentz will be facing Wesley at the CW network on October 1st. So that's not going to be that's going to be interesting. I'm going to say it's not going to be, but it will be interesting. A street fight. They've been doing these street fights, these hardcore matches, pretty lately. They're doing it lately. Because now we had a last man standing match. We had a street fight on Raw. Oh my goodness. And we're having a steel cage match. They're having a lot of different type of stipulations. I don't care what people think about WWE's street fights or their type of hardcore, because people are saying AEW has violence. They have blood. They have crazy weapons. I don't care about that. I care to be entertained. I will be entertained AEW's hardcore violence matches, but I still get entertained of WWE's. I got entertained with the Wyatt Six versus American Made. That was an awesome match, man. It was a great match for a great feud of factions. Even this last man standing match, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this match. They did more things that I thought they would not do. Oh my god, it was a crazy match. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. We didn't get a lot of segments here. We got a lot of interviews. Trick Williams and Pete Dunne are not allowed being in the locker rooms, so they had their own little security guards watching them. It's like watching the TNA's, what is it called? Is it Mustard's Bowl? It's not Full Metal Mayhem match. That's when they just fight with metal stuff. I think it's a Monster Ball when they go into like a room and they can't get out for a couple hours until their match. It looks like that, but they weren't in a room. They are allowed eating, they're allowed drinking, but it felt like it was like that. But we got a whole bunch of interviews for people, and we had the women to find out who will face Jordynne Grace for the Knockout Championship. Everybody was getting ready. Everybody wants to fight. Of course, JC Jane, Paula Hanley, and Jasmine Nix has to ruin everything. And Jada Parker is looking for her. And Lola Vice made those three run away because you know they're not going to try to fight back. They had to attack people after the match. So, and we heard, I believe Jason Jane will be versing Lola Buys next week. I think so. I think that's happening. So, first match of the evening, I still didn't like this thing. I understand it's part of the rivalry between Wesley and the Rascals, but I wasn't a big fan of the Street Profits getting a shot at the tag team titles. Because they every time there's a shot of the tag titles, some reason they had to go for it. There's other tag teams on Raw, on SmackDown, on NXT that actually could get an opportunity, that deserves an opportunity, more than the Street Profits when they lost twice. Well, now it looks like they have a rivalry with the Bloodline. I thought it was a pretty decent match. Axiom and Nathan Frazier versus the Street Profits for the tag titles. I thought it was a pretty decent match. But the winner of that match, I think the Street Profits win by disqualification because of the Bloodline. Tama Tonga, Toga Loa, and Jacob Fatu showed up on NXT. No Solo. But those three came out and attacked everybody that's in that match. They attack Axiom, Nathan Frazier, Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins. They destroy everybody. Will they get a shot at the tag titles? They already have the WWE tag team titles. But it's kind of interesting to see Tama Tonga in NXT or Jacob Fatu. The guy's dangerous. So we got a whole bunch of main roster guys and we got some TNA guys. Man, this NXT is getting stacked. We heard that Jay Cargill and Bianca Belair will be at the CW Network launch because they want to be there because they saw the Street Profits being on NXT this week. CM Punk will be there. We heard that CM Punk has an idea after the Julia's match, debut match. It was impressive. And speaking of it, we're getting close to it. But he has an idea. I don't know what his idea was. We have Julia versus Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green kind of have the defense in this match. Kinda. But Julia did a good job. I thought it was a pretty decent match for Julia. My first time watching Julia in a match. I think it's pretty cool what she done. I think she did a better knee this time than what she did last week. I think she did a better knee. I think it's because of the pants. She was wearing like jeans or really tight pants that she was wearing last week. So it wasn't really easy to do a knee. And now she was in her ring gear, she could actually do a knee. So I thought it was a pretty okay match, pretty decent for Julia. Let's see more about her. Because that's only one match. I want to see her do different type of things with different type of people. But Julia gets the win. Good job for Julia. And she will go to NXT's CW launch. Or she gets another match. And then we had Charlie Dempsey defends his Heritage Cup against Javon Edmonds. There was a lot of things happening here. When it was almost at the end, it was tied. Javon Edmonds got a pin. He got a pin, he got a pin. He had Cedric Alexander in his corner. And of course, Charlie Dempsey has Miles Bourne and Ren Sinclair. Everybody's trying to get themselves involved in the match. Miles Bourne saved a pin, putting Charlie Dempsey's leg onto the rope, and then that's how he saved it. And then Cedric Alexander jumps over the top rope and attacking Miles Bourne. They attack each other, like to the back, almost to the backstage. Ren Sinclair trying to get herself involved, but at the end, Heights came out and attacked Javon Edmonds with a nasty belly to belly, and Charlie Dempsey gets the win. I guess Heights is back from Japan. And then we had Oba Femi versus Tony D'Angelo's guy that he paid off. And the person that he paid off was TNA's Hammerstone. Wow. I thought this guy might join WWE after he left MLW. Now he's in TNA, and now he went to NXT? Oh, man. He did a good job. It was big guy versus big guy. It was okay. It was an okay match. But the winner of that match was Oba Femi. And Tony D'Angelo was watching this match in backstage, and it looks like he was mad, and he walked away from his own family. I will be okay with this is a thing. If this is a rivalry part of Tony D'Angelo and Oba family, because I don't think Tony D'Angelo deserves another shot until Oba family is tired of this, what Tony D'Angelo's doing, paying people off to kick his butt and try to end his undefeated streak. So I'm okay if this is a part of the rivalry that Tony D'Angelo hires people from Raw, SmackDown, or NXT, pays off people, NXT and TNA, that's what I meant, pay people off to try to stop Oba family, but it doesn't work, and then Tony D'Angelo has to do it at the next PLE or at the CW network. We have 3 weeks, so we could have 2 more guys get paid off and try to stop Oba family. I will be okay with that. It's like a little bounty hunting, but it's not a bunch of people trying to go after it. Tony D'Angelo chooses the guy, he pays the guy, see if he does it. So I'm okay with that. I want to see more of that. Next, we got Ridge Holland versus Duke Hudson. And ladies and gentlemen, Duke Hudson was outside the ring, and I think Riley Osborne was checking on him. And then Ridge Holland shoves Duke Hudson into Riley Osborne. And it looks like Riley Osborne hurt his leg, and he needs to be helped to go to the backstage. But the winner of that match was Ridge Holland. But he wasn't done. He attacked Duke Hudson after the match. He threw him through a barricade. Some reason, everybody wants to use this barricade as a weapon now. We got Eric Rowan doing it. Now we got Ridge Holland doing it. He grabbed a piece of the barricade and start using it as a weapon. But this thing doesn't look like it has a lot of padding. It looks like it's plastic. And then he did his finisher onto the barricade piece, onto Duke Hudson. And now Duke Hudson is getting stretchered out. And you see Thea Hale crying her eyes out, trying to yell at Ridge to stop, and Ridge would not stop. The guy is going psycho now. We have Jordynne Grace defending her Knockouts Championship against Soruka. She answered and accepted the open challenge. But ladies and gentlemen, nobody won this match. Because the lights went out. When the lights went back on, we got Rosemary in the face of Jordynne Grace. The match wasn't ended until Wendy Cho choked out Jordynne Grace. So Jordan won the match by disqualification. What I'm happy about this, with this tag team, is that they're not a tag team for one show. Because it has to be Wendy Cho attacked Jordynne Grace on TNA because there was a pillow in the ring. And Rosemary was still in the Raptors. So I don't know, she did it or Wendy Cho did it. But I'm happy that this tag team, or this allies, is on both of the shows. On TNA and on NXT. Because it won't be weird that it's just on one show. So, Wendy Cho is helping Rosemary. And Rosemary is trying to help Wendy Cho with Tatum Paxley and Laura Valkyria. And Wendy Cho is helping Rosemary with Jordynne Grace. So at least those two rivalries is kind of continuing with each show. So it could continue this Thursday on TNA, where Jordynne Grace wants some revenge, and Wendy Cho and Rosemary comes out and attacks her. We have no idea what's going to happen. Will Zachary Wentz accept this street fight? I think he wants this because he wants revenge for Trey Miguel, and they got screwed out of the tag team title shots. I think they should still get the tag team title shots. After whatever this thing between Wesley and Zachary Wentz is. Then we have the last man standing match. We got Trick Williams versus Pete Dunne. Almost called him Butch. Pete Dunne, it was a pretty decent, awesome match. Not pretty decent, it was an awesome match. These guys destroy each other. They even expose the concrete floor. And we saw Pete Dunne DDT Trick Williams' head into that dang cement. Concrete. My God, it was crazy. It was a crazy match. But at the end, they fought on top of this stage. It was supposed to be a stage. It's the same stage that some people, when they're rivalries, they come onto the stage and look at their opponents. It doesn't look like that now. It doesn't look like a stage anymore. So they went on top of that thing, and you saw Pete Dunne doing a Russian leg sweep onto Trick Williams. They both fell off of the stage into a table. And then they're both getting counted out by the referee, because that's how you do a last man standing match. And you see Ethan Page, he runs to Pete Dunne, hurry up, stand up, stand up. And then Ethan Page tried to attack Trick Williams to keep him down, but Trick Williams reversed it, did a back body drop into the announce table on Ethan Page. Trick Williams wins the match. He's going for the title at the CW Network launch. And Ava talked to CM Punk. And it sounds like CM Punk wants to tell the world his idea for Chicago next week. CM Punk will be at NXT this week. He's coming next week on Raw as well, so I don't know what's going to happen here and what's happening in Chicago. What is his idea? Is it for the NXT title, or is it for Julia? Because when he did his tweet, he says, impressive debut to Julia, and then he says, I needed to call you Ava because I have an idea. So what is his idea for? Because he will be there on the CW launch, because they're going to be in Chicago. So I have no idea what CM Punk is going to talk about. Will he be interrupted by somebody? Will we see CM Punk do a GTS on NXT stars or on a TNA stars? We have no idea. But if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I will see you guys tomorrow for AEW results. The aftermath of AEW All Out, what's going to happen with the Blackpool Combat Club and Bryan Danielson. What's going to happen there? And what's the Elite going to do? Jack Perry lost his shots at the world title. And it sounds like Swerve might have a vacation now after his match at All Out. So it sounds like he might have a vacation. So he might not have a rematch for the world title for a while. We don't know when, we don't know how long, but we know that's happening. Will we see Ricochet face Will Ospreay soon for that international championship? It sounds like that's what Ricochet is there for, is to have this match with Will Ospreay. That's why it feels like that's why Ricochet's in AEW. They don't care about other things like him getting a title shot. They want to see Will Ospreay versus Ricochet. So let's see what happens. I have no idea. It was pretty cool to see Hammerstone in NXT. It's pretty cool. There's some wrestlers, I guess, Moose could happen. Eddie Edwards could happen. ABC could happen. Because there's some wrestlers I thought would never happen. Like Hammerstone, Rosemary, Joe Hendry, Frankie Kazarian. I remember him being there too. But that's pretty cool to see. And none of these guys I thought will ever show up on NXT. So it sounds like the people I really want in there might come in there. Moose could be the next person that gets paid off by Tony D'Angelo. Who knows? Because we're not going to find out until maybe next week. Or they're going to put it on social media just like what they did with the mysterious guy, that's Hammerstone, on social media. So I have no idea. We are getting closer to the DLC for next week. I can't wait for it. Dragon Lee Carlito, Michelle McCool, Laura Valkyra, Nia Jax. It's awesome DLC. I enjoy Kairi Sane. I can't wait for this DLC. It helps my current show, and I could try to make current tag teams like Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. I know that they are a team, but they're a faction. But I want to put them as a tag team. Go for the tag team titles. Nia Jax. I could make her team up with Tiffany Stratton or team up with Tamina. Because Tamina needs to do something in my game. She has not done anything. I put her in 2 different universe modes. Current show and the old school. She hasn't done anything. So, yeah. Kairi Sane could be with the damage control. She's updated. She's not the Princess Pirate. Well, she is, but she's not... has that wheel when she was a good guy. She has the umbrella now. So, yeah, and Carlito doesn't have the Judgment Day theme or the Trons, but you could make that happen. You could make it happen, or you don't have to change it. Because it's Carlito, you don't have to really change it. So, yeah, I can't wait. Michelle McCool will be in my old school, because I have an old school show with all my legends in it. So, yeah, I can't wait to have it. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Tell us out. See you guys tomorrow. Bye!